Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share with you my top eyeshadow, my go-to eyeshadow palettes, and I really enjoy these. And honestly, a lot of these people don't really talk about, and it's like, why aren't people talking about it? So I really want to share them with you just so that way if they are not under your radar, they are now. And yeah, maybe you'll try them out, or maybe definitely wait for a sale. And because a lot of these I got on sale, or ask for your birthday, Christmas, whatever. But I don't really wear that much makeup right now because I don't have to, I don't need to. It's definitely like when I film videos, honestly, some of them I don't even wear makeup. But today I felt like putting some makeup on and sharing with you my favorite eyeshadow palettes. So the first one is what I have on today, and I've kind of really been in love with like a lighter eyeshadow look. Just, I don't know, just looks more, a little bit more like effortless. Looks like I didn't really try that hard. I don't know, but it is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty eyeshadow palette. I did a video on this so long ago when I first got it. I think I got this palette back in 2017. I got it 50% off at Ulta for their 21 Days of Beauty sale. And oh my gosh, this is so good. The mattes are so good. You get pretty much everything. I feel like honestly some of these shades, they look like nothing, but then when you put them on, you're like, oh my gosh, it doesn't even look like that in the pan. You get some like purpley, some blue shades. You'll also get this transforming pearl shade. So basically put that over top any shade to make it a shimmer shade, or a lot of times I use it as a lid shade or inner corner, but it's still not overly metallic. So don't feel like you're not gonna get any use out of it if you do just want some mattes, but this is gorgeous. I wish honestly they would make a mini, like a mini all mattes. And maybe they have, but I feel like, I don't know, have they? Maybe. I've seen mini palettes, but I don't remember seeing like all matte. But this formula is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I wish they would release more eyeshadow palettes. I mean, that's where the money's at. That's where all these companies, it's just like constant eyeshadow palettes. And I think IT Cosmetics really needs to make their mark on eyeshadow palettes because this formula is great. It also has anti-aging properties. So it's like, hello, might as well. And they blend like a dream. They blend like a dream. I'm telling you, this palette looks like, meh. But when you use it, it just looks so pretty and so effortless, and I am digging it. The next thing is a drugstore palette, and this is the Wet n Wild Nude Awakening. I think this is like $4.99. You can always get it like 40% off, or buy one get one 50 off. But this is such a gorgeous palette, and I go in spurts with using this. I will use this like when I was wearing makeup like every day. I would sometimes wear this for like a month or two straight. I love this. I would travel with this all the time if I was going somewhere just overnight, weekend, even a week. I just really enjoy this. The shimmer shades are fantastic. I really love like this like burgundy shade. It's so pretty. The shimmers are great. The mattes blend so easily. It's just a great eyeshadow palette. So if you haven't tried this, this is really good. They also have other ones in the same line. I don't know, maybe did they reformulate these again? I'm not sure, but if you can get the Nude Awakening, it is great. Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes I've always had good luck with. Some trios back in the day in their old formula, some of them, they were a little dry and stiff and you couldn't really get them to work, but this one is awesome. So I should have double checked, but Nude Awakening, if anything, they probably just repackaged it, but really, really good. This one, I never hear anyone talking about it. It is the Balm Meet Matchmaker. And I got this at IMATS back in 2018, and oh, wish I went to IMATS last year. I went in 2019 as well with my friend. We just had so much fun. You get like this really nice generous mirror, but this is what it looks like. And you basically get a bunch of duos, and you get some like colors, which is a lot of fun, but a lot of neutrals. And I pretty much would just bounce around, or sometimes I would just use the duo because it's like, okay, it's already there, really easy. I don't have to like think about it. But these are so pigmented. When I swatched these at IMATS, I was like, oh my God, where has this been my whole life? And the Balm always goes 50% off. I would always say just wait until they go 50 off and get your stuff. They always do on their website. They went 50 off a bunch of times throughout 2020. Usually it's always like Black Friday, a couple of times maybe during the summertime, but always like follow them on Instagram or sign up for their emails because they will let you know ahead of time. So add everything in your cart and then check out. But that's what I would recommend because I got this 50 off at IMATS as well. But I love like this purple shade, the like turquoise and blue. But yeah, just a really, really good high quality palette. I was really, really impressed. I never tried any of their eyeshadows, but this one, when I swatched it and just how like the duos were, I just felt like it was just very user friendly, and it's like they did the work for you to let you know what to do, and just really great. The next one is from Anastasia. I love Anastasia palettes. I did not have good luck with some of them. Like Riviera, I returned the Amrezi one, and I think there might have been another one. But like, I don't know, just I was really disappointed. I was like, what is this? This doesn't seem like, you know, the typical formula of them. So the Sultry palette is fantastic. They did bring it back for the holiday, and I saw that you can still get this, I think, at certain stores. So I will link it below for you. But this is such a good palette. I will say this. This is basically the Natasha Denona Glam palette. And I was like digging that palette, but I was like, I don't need another palette. I don't need a $65 palette. And, you know, I was just trying not to buy eyeshadow palettes and just makeup in general in 2020, even though I still did, but I still like pulled the reins a lot. And now in 2021, I'm challenging myself with no makeup this year, which I'm really excited about. But this is what it looks like. I mean, honestly, just minus that neutral shade, and you basically got the Glam palette. So incredibly pretty, and I'm telling you, these metallics in here are great. The mattes are great, just a really great quality. I don't know why, I feel like people talk about Anastasia, but now I feel like they really don't anymore. But I don't really use that coral shade, but I think that's what throws everybody off. But also it's kind of fun because if you're using this in the summertime, you can put it on your lower lash line for a pop of color, or like in your crease, and I just feel like you can have some fun with it. But these colors are just outstanding. Oh my gosh. And the quality is just so great. And you have everything, all the mattes you need, cool tones, warm tones. There's just everything in here. So if you really want the Glam palette, don't want to shell out the money, definitely pick this up. It's so good, and I recommend it. And the last one, this was new for me in 2020, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette. And I love this palette. It is so good. I love the packaging. I love that it's not in their tin packaging because I just don't like it. I like cardboard. I like a cardboard packaging. I don't need a brush. I don't need an eyeliner. I don't need any of that. Make it as slim as possible and not as like wide, you know. You get a nice mirror in here, and this is what it looks like. These mattes in here are so incredibly good. I just really love them. And I love, again, you get the duo. So it kind of takes the thinking out for you. You can, if you're in a rush or whatever, just boop, 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 both eyeshadows. You can put the metallic on the lid, the matte in the crease. A lot of times is I will just go across the board and just mixing all the mattes together. And, you know, you have the duos, but they also work very well together. They're very cohesive. And I don't know, it's just really great. I just feel like the tones all work well together. I feel like there's not like one color where I'm like, oh, I can't put that with this one. It just, it all goes. The looks are endless. And again, very natural, neutral. You can do a light eye, a dark eye, smoky, not smoky. Just really, I dug the end of my brush in there by accident when I was using it, because you know when you're holding it up and you know. But yeah, I just think this blends really, really well. I have to say though, the last time I used it, for some reason, the one matte shade, I think it was the Shimmering Pearl up here. When I was like putting it on, it wasn't like sticking to my eye, and it might have just been because I didn't use an eye primer that day, and that was the only time I had an issue with it. So it could have been my brush, because sometimes if you don't use the right brush, it doesn't pick up the powder as well, and then that way then you're not putting it on your eye that well. So it could have just been it, but other than that, I have not had any issues, and I really enjoy it. So those are my favorite eyeshadow palettes. Definitely let me know what eyeshadow palettes that you love. Definitely in the future, I'm not really into super, super large palettes anymore. I really like, you know, more compact, maybe a quad, a quint, you know, maybe like up to like 8 to 10 shades, even though obviously the ones I showed you, you know, they have more than that. But definitely like for the future, I kind of just want to stick with smaller eyeshadow palettes, you know. I don't really need big, because what I've realized is with some eyeshadow palettes is, and not these, but other ones that I own, is I only will use the same 4 or 5 for the same look. It's the only look I enjoy with the palette, even though I've tried others, but it's like my go-to look, and then it's like all the other shades don't get used, and it's kind of like a waste, you know. So that's why I kind of just want to stick with smaller eyeshadow palettes for the future, and just make sure I'm using every single color. And in my opinion, honestly, like let's say if I were to get a Tom Ford quad, I'd rather get that and use all 4 of the shades versus a $50 palette and only use 4 of the shades, you know. Like I'd rather make sure at least I'm getting my money's worth and I'm using everything. So that's just how I kind of look at it, although I'm not buying any Tom Ford quads, but that's just you know, how I feel. So anyways, if you have any smaller eyeshadow palettes that you absolutely love, definitely let me know below. I would love to check them out. I'm not buying makeup this year, but definitely I will add them to the list to check out for 2022. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.